Hello everyone, this is Parag from Qtomation channel. In today's tutorial, we will see about the variables in JavaScript. We will also see the difference between var, let and const in JavaScript. So I'm just going to open the Visual Studio. So in last lecture, we have installed the Visual Studio Code. So this is the basic HTML file which I have created. So that is the index.html. Now I can write the JavaScript code within the script tags, as well as I can simply write the JS code in some another file, and I can link that file with our HTML file, right? So I'm just going to link some another file .js file to this HTML file. So let's do that. Script src is equal to, I'm going to name that file as variables.js. Let's save it. And now I am going to create one JavaScript file, that is .js file. Let's give the name as variables.js, right? So now we have linked this .js file to our HTML file. So instead of writing the JavaScript code within the script tag here, we will simply write the JavaScript code in variables.js, this file. So let's start. So variable is one container. So basically variable is a container which stores the data of specific type. For example, if I say var x, so this is the syntax for declaring the variable. So here I am declaring the variable whose identifier is x. Now this is known as declaration of variable. So once we declare the variable, we can assign some value to that variable. So I want my x should contain the value of 10. Now 10 is a number data type, right? Similarly, we can store text data types, that is also known as string, or we can store the boolean data type. So boolean data type is nothing but true or false. Similarly, we can store some data types in our variable, that is x. So this is known as, so this is first time we are assigning the value, so this is known as initialization of the variable, right? So I am going to simply print the value of x. So first let's use document.write. I think in last lecture we have seen that document.write prints the value on our web page, and console.log prints the value on the console window of the web browser. So here now I am printing the document.write x on the web page, as well as I think let's print the same on console.log as well. Console.log, let's say x, right? So here I have declared one variable, that is x, and we have assigned or initialized the value of that variable by assigning the value as 10. So whenever the document.write method gets executed, it will print the value of x, that is 10, to our web page, and it will console.log will print that value to our console window. So let's see that. So I'm just simply saving the same file, and now I'm going to open that index.html. So basically we have linked our js file to this html file, so I can simply going to open this file on our live server. So I think in last lecture we have seen how to use live server, so I'm just going to open the live server. Yeah, so this is our browser. If you see here, let me just, yeah, so this is the value, right? So we have defined document.write in our js file, variables.js ki document.write x, so it has printed the value of 10 to our web page, correct? Similarly, we have also logged the console.log x, so let's see that as well. So we are going, that value will be printed on console window of web browser. So let's go to the console window. So you can see here, right? So this is, you can just ignore this error so far. So this is the value, right? So console.log x, so it printed our value on the console window. Now this is the, basically we have assigned the integer value, right? Integer or number data type, right? Now we can similarly, let's see, we can now, I'm going to just print the value on console, I think not on document.write. So let's see. So I have declared the variable as x. Now I have assigned the number value. Now if I want to assign some text value, so we have to put that in our double quotes, right? So whatever we put in double quotes, that is considered as a string, right? So whatever we will put in our double quotes, that will be considered as a string. So let's put this is string and assign that to our variable x. I am just saving the file by Control S, and you can see here the string got printed on our console window. Correct. So if we are using numbers, then we don't have to put that in double quotes, and whatever we put in the double quote, that will be considered as a string data type. Right. Now we have seen that we have declared the variable and then we have assigned the value. But similarly, we can also do the declaration as well as initialization in single sentence. So for example, where abc is equal to, let's put some value, this is another string, semicolon. Now I am saving the file. Before that, let's print that as well. So console dot log, let's print the value of abc. So abc is a variable which I have declared and I have assigned the value as this is another string. Now let's save it. You can see here, this is another string is now the value of this variable abc. So in this we have declared as well as assigned the value in single sentence. So by using where keyword, we can declare the variable and assign the value in our JavaScript. So before 2015, using where was the only way. But from 2015, we can declare and assign the values by using let keywords as well. Let keywords. So let's see by using the let keyword. So let, let's say I'm going to let color. So color is the variable and I am just using the, so here we are using the where keyword to declare the variable. Now I am using the let color to declare the variable. So this is similar to where only, but there are few differences that we'll see later on. But let's see with the let keyword. So let color is equal to red. I'm just, and let's print the value of color, console.log color. Let's save this and see on the console. Yeah, so see, you can see here the red got printed here, right? So this is the this is by using the let keyword. Similarly, we can also define some number variable. For example, let my num is equal to, let's say 456, and let's print that value as well, console.log my num semicolon. I am saving the file, and you can see here 456 got printed here. So let is also, by using let keyword, we can also declare the variable and assign the value. So far this is similar to our where keyword, right? So this was about where and let. Similarly, there is another keyword known as const. So basically const is used to define the constants. Now constants are the values which we know that those are not going to change. So for that we can use the keyword as a const. So for example, we know the value of pi is going to be a 3.14, right? So there is very less probability that value of pi will change, right? So there are some in our project, sometimes we know that some values are always going to be a constant value. In that case, we can use const with keyword. So for example, now I am creating one variable known as pi, which is going to define as a constant, right? So const pi is equal to 3.14, and let's print that as well, console.log const semicolon, and I am saving the file, right? So we are getting some error. Let's see what this error. Oh, sorry. So yeah, we have to print the value, right? So we have defined const pi is equal to 3.14, right? So we have earlierly declared const pi as 3.14, and we have to put pi here, right? So let's again give the semicolon and save the file. You can see here, right? 3.14 is printed on our console window. So this is the use of var, let and const so far, right? So var and let so far we have seen they are similar to each other, but there are few differences. Now let's check what are the differences between the var, let and const. Right, so one by one we will see. Yeah, so some most important difference between var, let and const is their scope, right? So var is a having functional scope if it's declared within the function, and if the var is declared outside of the function, then it has the global scope. Now we will see practically what does that mean. But just remember कि var is having the functional scope if it's declared within the function. That means कि var can be accessed within the function anywhere if it's declared within the function, and if it's declared outside of the function, then it is having the global scope. Similarly, let and const, they are having the block scope. Now what does that mean? So let's see practically. So I am just going to remove this. So yeah, so I am going to create one function. So what is function, that we are going to see in our next lectures. But in simple terms, so function is basically some lines of code which we want to use at different phases in our project, right? And we don't want to every time write the same line of code every time whenever we want to use it, right? So by using function, we can create those line of codes in one specific function. We can give the name to that function, and whenever we want to use that specific lines of code, we have to just call that function, right? So instead of writing that multiple lines of code, we have to just call that specific function which performs some specific method, or which can perform some specific action, right? So we have to just call that function, and it will automatically execute that line of codes without rewriting those again and again in our project. So this is the syntax. So basically I am just going to, so this is the syntax to create one function. So let's give the name to our function as test scope, and this is basically opening of curly braces and closing of curly braces, and we are going to write the our lines of code in this function basically. So this is the function which is having the name as test scope, right? Now within this function, I'm going to use one block of code, that is if block. So for example, if is a conditional block. So for example, if, so the syntax for if block is like this. So this is if, and we can mention our condition within this bracket, and if that condition which we can mention in this bracket becomes the true, right? So whenever that condition is fulfilled, that condition gives the value as true, then we will enter into this block. So to whatever lines which we are going to mention in this block, that will get executed only when the condition in this bracket becomes the true. That is the if condition, right? So I am going to, so far I want to go to this code every time in this block every time, right? So I am just going to mention simply true here. That means ki we are going to enter in this block every time whenever it gets executed. Now what we have to do, so now I am going to declare one variable by using var keyword in the block. So this is the function scope. So if you see, our function starts from here and that ends here. Similarly, this if block starts from here and that ends here. So this is the block scope, and this is the entire function scope. Now we are going to declare one variable in the block first. So let's see, where x is equal to, let's say, 100, correct? Now I'm going to print that variable console.log x, right? Semicolon, save the file. Right now, so far we have declared the variable in the if block, that is variable x, and we have printed the value of console.log x. Now we can see here it's not printed yet because we have just created the function but we haven't called that function, right? So to execute this line of code we have to first call that function. So what is the syntax for calling the function is simply we have to just write the function name test scope bracket and semicolon. Now this will call the test scope function and it will enter in this block, right? So let's save the file and check it out. You can see here 100 is printed here. That means we have entered in this block which is in which x is declared as a variable, and then we are printing the value, right? So far it's accessible in this block, right? So this is the function scope. We have declared our variable by using var keyword in the if block, right? Now let's see whether this variable is accessible outside of this block or not. So I'm just going to print same variable, but this time it's outside of the if block, right? So this is one block code. So the variable which we have declared in our if block, that is accessible in that block, that is correct, right? So it got printed here, but whether it's accessible outside of that block, so we are just going to save this file and see here it's printed, right? So that means the x is accessible outside of this block as well, because as we have seen that whatever variable we declare with the var keyword, that is having the functional scope. That means it is accessible in the function completely. If you see now, so this console.log x is still inside the function scope, right? That means this is valid and this is printed here on the console, right? So this is the function scope. Similarly, we have seen that let and const are blocked scope. Now what does that mean? So for example, now I'm going to simply change this var to let, correct? So now this is our block and we are printing the, so I'm just removing this. So let's first check whether it's accessible within the block or not, right? So I have just declared the let x is equal to 100 and I'm printing that value in our block only. Let's save this file. Right now this 100 got printed here. That means the variable which is declared by using let keyword is now accessible within the block, but is it accessible outside of this block? How can we check? So let's print that value outside of that block, console.log x semicolon, and save this file. You can see here, right? So it's giving error now. That means within the block this x is accessible, but as soon as we go outside of this block, then this x is giving error. That is saying it is not defined, right? So it is out of scope. That's why we say key variable declared by var is accessible within function anywhere, but if it's defined by using the let keyword, then it is accessible only within the block. So this is the block, right? So it is accessible only within this block. If we try to print outside of the block, then it's giving the error. And the same thing with const keyword as well. So let's now check for the const. So I'm just simply replacing let with the const. So const x is equal to 100. I am printing the value within this block first and then outside of this block first. Now let's save the file. Correct. So you can see here first got printed. That means this const x is accessible within this block but not outside of this block. Now this is still inside the function but outside of the block. That's why that is the first difference we have seen, that function scope, where is having the function scope. So the variable which is declared inside the function is accessible anywhere in the function, but let and const are accessible only inside the block in which they are declared, right? Now similarly var is a having global scope if it's declared outside of the function. Now let's check that as well. So I'm going to use the same function here. So basically we are not going to use the function anywhere, so I'm just removing this. Now I'm going to simply declare one variable. Now var x is equal to 100. Now let's save this file and let's print. Right, so as soon as I save the file, I can see 100 got printed here, because now variable which is declared by using var keyword it becomes the global variable. So it becomes the property of window object. So window object, what is window object basically? So window, all objects in JavaScript, all global objects, JavaScript objects, functions, global functions are automatically becomes the member of window object. So it's supported by all browsers, and window object represent the browser window. Correct. Even the document object, which is the default JavaScript object, is also the property of window object. Right. So if you want to see, this variable becomes the property of window object. So this is the console window. I'm just going to print Windows. So this is the Windows object. You can see you press window dot, you can see multiple properties here, right? So similarly, the variable we have declared right here, it's a x, right? So we can see that x is also becomes the property of our window object. Let's check out that as well. If you see here, there are, see, variable x is also there, right? So this is one more difference between var, let and const. The variable which is declared by using var becomes the property of window object. Now let's check whether let and const are becoming the properties of window object or not. So similarly, I am going to declare one variable called as let y is equal to, let's say, 200. Console.log y semicolon, and I am saving the file. Value got printed here. Correct. Now let's see whether that let is defined, which we have defined by using let keyword, becomes the property of window object or not. Window dot y, do you see any y? I don't think there is any y, right? After wx, and there is no y, right? So the let and const, whatever variables we define by using let and const, they don't become the property of the window object. So that is one kind of an advantage for let and const, because if there are any third-party frameworks or different type of libraries which we are using in our project, they might have some similar property. For example, let's say I am using variable x in my project, but there is some third-party framework which is also using the x variable, right? So in that case, that will conflict, and that will overwrite our x, right? So that is problem. So that's why it is better to use let and const, and it is better to avoid that using the variable by using var keyword. So that is also one difference. So let's see what else are there. Right, so far we have seen the differences between scope, and we have also seen just currently that a variable which is declared by using var keywords gets associated with Windows object. Let and const, they don't get associated with window object. Now one more difference is there about the redeclaration. Now let's see what is redeclaration. So var can be redeclared, but let and const cannot be redeclared. So let's see. Right, so this is the var x is equal to 100. Now what I am going to do, I am again going to declare the var. So let's say I am going to declare var x is equal to, let's this time let's I am giving the value as 200. Let's save this file. See, now console.x is showing our 200 value here. That means we have first declared our var x is equal to and assigned the value of 100 to it. Then we have again redeclared it, right? And we have assigned the value. So this is totally valid in case of var, right? Now let's see for let. Now I'm going to declare one variable let y is equal to 400, and again I'm going to redeclare it. Let y is equal to 500. Let's try to print the value of y. Semicolon, and I'm saving the file now. Control S. See, it's now giving the error. Correct. So identifier y has already been declared. Right. So in case of where it's valid, but in case of let, we cannot redeclare the variable, right? And for const, let's check out for const as well. For const, let's say const abc is equal to 123. Now I am again going to redeclare it. Const abc is equal to, let's say, 456. Console.log. Let's try to print the value of abc, and now I am saving the file. See the console window, right? It's giving the error now. Correct. Because identifier, so I think we should comment this first, or we can just simply remove this code. And now let's save the file and see it's giving the error that it's saying ki abc has already been declared. So similar as it happened in let, we cannot redeclare by using const as well. So const cannot be redeclared. So once we have assigned the value, it cannot be redeclared, right? So that was one difference just we have seen. Right, now let's see about the reassignment. Right, now let's see what is reassignment. So for example, so in case of where reassignment is valid, for let it's also valid, but for const we cannot reassign the value. Now let's see this different point as well. So for example, I am just going to first declare one variable x, right, where x is, I'm going to just declare one variable x is equal to 100, and now I am going to assign some another value to it. So for example, x is equal to 500. Now let's try to print this. Saving the file. You can see here, right? So 500 got printed here. That means this is valid. We can reassign the value to the variable which is declared by using where keyword. Correct. Now let's check out for let as well. So I am going to let y is equal to, let's say, 200, and I am going to reassign some another value to it. Y is equal to 500. Let's try to print this. Console.log, let's say y semicolon, save it. See, for let also it's a valid. We can reassign the value to the variable which is declared by using y. So we have declared let y is equal to 200. We have reassigned some another value to y and we have printed. So that is also valid. Now let's see for const. Let's say const y is equal to 3.14, and now I am trying to reassign some another value to pi. Pi is equal to 456. Let's see what happens. Console.log pi. Control S. It's giving error this time, right? So for constant we cannot reassign as well as redeclare, right? So constant we cannot reassign the value. So that was the another difference between where, let, and const, right? So far we have seen scope, we have seen redeclaration, we have seen reassignment, and we have seen about association with Windows object. Now there is one more concept or difference between where, let, and const is related to hoisting. So what is the meaning of hoisting? So hoist in JavaScript, variable can be declared after it has been used. What does that mean? Ki variable can be used before it has been declared. Right, now let's see practically how it works for var, let and const. Now I'm just going to remove this. Let's declare first variable. So far we have seen var x is equal to 100. Let's say, no, let's first declare only. Let's say var x we have declared, then we have to initialize var x is equal to, let's say 200, and let's print this value, console.log x. Save this, and we can see our value got printed here, right? So far it's valid, so far we have seen this. But what if, let's say, I am going to assign the value to x directly at start. I am printing that value, and after that I am going to declare it. Will it work? Let's see that. So I am just going to save the file. See, we can still see our 200 value got printed here, right? That means it's fine that by using var keyword we have first assigned the value to our variable even before the declaration, and we have done the declaration at last, right? So for var it's working correctly, correct? Now let's check what happens with the let, right? So I'm just going to remove this. Let's say I'm going to let abc is equal to 123. Sorry, let's first declare let abc console.log abc, and let's assign some value as well. abc is equal to, let's say, 300, semicolon. I'm just saving the file. See, 300 got printed here. That means this, so far this is valid use case, right? We have declared, then we have assigned the value, and then we are printing the value. Now let's see what happens if I'm going to put this declaration at last. So far we have just at starting we are first assigning the value to abc, then we are printing it, and then we are declaring by using the let keyword. For where it worked, right? We have just seen for where it was working. Now what happens, I'm going to save the file, right? So for let it's giving the error, correct? So that is the difference. So for where it was working, right, but for let it is giving the error. So in case of let we have to first declare, correct? Then only it will work, otherwise it will give the error. So that is the difference. Similar with the const as well. So let's see with the const as well. So I'm just going to remove this, and I'm going to try it out with const. So let's say const pi is equal to 3.14, and let's print out that value, console.log pi, semicolon, and I'm going to save this file. It will simply give you error, right? So this is also not valid, because in case of const we cannot declare first and then assign the value, right? So we have to declare as well as assign at the same time. So this is invalid. So we have to const pi is equal to 3.14, then only it will work. So that is the difference between const, let and var regarding to hoisting, right? So let's see once again. So hoisting is supported, or it is valid for var only if we are going to declare later, declare at the last stage and initialize at the starting. So that is supported by var. But for let and const it will give you the error, right? So to avoid the bugs and all, it's the ideal practice to declare the variable at the beginning of the scope only. So that should be followed while writing the code by using JavaScript, right? So far we have seen variables, difference between var, let and const. So there is one more thing. So while we have seen the declaration of variable, right? So there are some rules. Basically there are some rules for naming the variables. So variable name can contain letters, digits, it can contain underscore or dollar sign as well. The name of variable should begin with letter. It has to begin with letter only. It can also begin with $sign or underscore. Name is case sensitive. So for example, if you give small caps X and capital cap X, right? So small x and capital X are both are treated as different variable in JavaScript. So they are basically case sensitive. So while using in our project, we have to be very careful by using the variable. So they are case sensitive. Also, there are some reserved keywords which cannot be used. So JavaScript has some set of words, those are reserved, right? So those we cannot use while naming the variable, correct? Now, what is best practice, right? So far we have seen the difference between var, let and const, right? But how will we know what is the best practice, whether we should use var or whether we should use let or whether we should use const, and where we can use those, right? So when declaring the variable, it's always good practice to avoid using var. Always prefer using let and const based on the following rules. So if you want to use let, whenever we can use let whenever we will be changing values of variable, and we can use const when you are sure that variable will not change. Similarly, using both and let, we can both let and const. It's always good practice that will keep our variables in our right scope, and it will makes the code easier to manage. Correct. So that's it about the variables in JavaScript. In the next lecture, we will see the data types in the JavaScript. Right. So thanks for watching, guys.